We are the Ministry of the Real Truth. Please prepare yourself for the following content within this, our latest video upload. And also note, the content within this particular video is in no way or manner racist, racistly inclined or motivated. It is simply something that we thought long about or pondered on as a result of the many ongoing arguments that we'd come across via YouTube videos and websites between the smaller said religious movements, sects, S-E-C-T-S, or groups or even cults, arguing over who is the true Jew, Israelite, Hebrew Israelite, etc., with the organised, more popular religions, the three major religions, Judaism, especially, Christianity, secondly, and Islam. Now understand that all the original ancient, very old manuscripts or manuscriptures were originally written in an original ancient very old language, be it the Hebrew Aramaic, Aramaic Hebrew, the Hebrew first, then the Chaldean, and then the Aramaic, Hebrew being replaced eventually by the Aramaic, and then later on the original ancient very old Koine Greek. Today's modern derivatives, or today's versions or vernaculars of these long dead, no longer written or spoken languages, are not the true form of those particular languages of old, but a form of them, and are very different to them. This is fact. We can provide evidence for that. Understand that we tend to use the English versions, translations of the scriptures in the modern Americanized English Bibles many of us have today in the Western Hemisphere or world, as it is our primary language, the first language that we have heard, recognized, and have been taught in most instances. We tend to have a Western education through Western educators or teachers, religious leaders, etc., which we first learn to speak correctly from infancy onward via the use of the English language. So we are learned, conditioned, programmed, if you want to put it that way, to see, read and understand all in front of us in the English, using the English language thrust upon us or taught us from infancy to adulthood. This again is fact. We are taught to see and read and understand the English before our very eyes, in books, texts, etc. We are taught what does it mean? What does a sentence mean? In the English, according to the English definition or rendering. We translate or interpret the words, one, unconsciously, or two, consciously, and then come to an understanding of what all means, or is saying to us. So we think, so we believe. But there could be that one word within that sentence that we don't have defined or a definition for, and it becomes a misunderstood. Say like the children and the crepuscule. What is the word crepuscule? Check out our end-screen video, Dianetics and the Science of Mental Health, the important note to better understand the problem we are getting at. This may be one reason that many take what's written way out of context, or what's translated way out of context. So biblical words translated are supposed to be in the nearest English equivalent in the English, all done by the said experts. The problem there is there could be several Eastern words for the same thing as gamel, Syriac for camel, or gimel or rope, or whatever these words are. Okay, because we've been told by someone else that gamel and gimel are the same word for camel, when it's not. So that person was wrong. Gamel is for rope and gimel is for camel in the Syriac, apparently. Again, the problem is that there could be several Eastern words for the same thing, or various meanings even. And we could not, as we're only knowing the modern derivatives or versions or vernaculars of that original language today, take words, sentences as literal and often take them away out of context, using our understanding of the English language without knowing that these words have Eastern idioms. These are ways the Eastern expresses themselves. Their expression of things or themselves. We, first and foremost, should ask a native-born, fluent, natural speaker of the Hebrew, Aramaic, Syriac, or even the Koine Greek, if they're still around, or Greek. If we don't have the opportunity to ask these types, we secondly can use a Hebrew, Aramaic, Syriac, or Greek lexicon, compendium, dictionary, or other. Note, Easterners are educated from infancy in all things Eastern, culture, religion, tradition, mysticism wise. So therefore have an Eastern mindset. They think, they understand using an Eastern mindset. So the original ancient biblical or scriptural writers of the scriptures wrote using an Eastern style, an Eastern mindset, and so forth, to solely an Eastern audience, or an Eastern audience alone, not a Western audience, like the Greeks, the Romans, etc. Scribes, monks copied the original manuscripts in much the same way or style, hoping that they'd understand, their own people would understand, the people that they're trying to relay it all to, what they were trying to say or relate to them. So we, the Ministry of the Real Truth, after pondering long over the many arguments by the many sects, groups, movements or cults of the US Hebrew Israelites, who say, we are the real Hebrew Israelites, Hebrews, the real Jews, etc., etc., all the rest are fake. And the opposites, the Jews in Israel, who say, no, we are. And other factions, racially motivated, segregists, racists, okay, who say, no, you are Israelites, because the Israelites were black, or Jews, they were pure, non-mixed Aryans. Yeah. We have heard it said that Adam was black, and others will say, no, he was white, especially these segregationists, these racist movements, as he was ruddy, according to the Bible, here and here and here. So we decided to go have a look for ourselves, what the actual Hebrew, Aramaic, or Syriac, or Koine Greek actually says. And this, in the video, is what we uncovered. Again, note, this content is not racial slur, racially motivated, etc. It is just what we discovered, what we uncovered. What is said was stated in a definition from the Hebrew translated into English by said experts. Okay, we're looking at Strong's Concordance online at H119, which reads, when defined. Okay, we had this other site, but we couldn't find it again, so we're looking at this one. Basically similar. Ruddy, Webster's Revised Unabridged Dictionary. 1. Of a red colour, or reddish as a ruddy sky, a ruddy flame. 2. Of a lively flesh colour, or the colour of the human skin in high health, as ruddy cheeks or lips. 3. Verbal tense. 2. Make ruddy. International Standard Bible Encyclopedia, ruddy. It's got the different verses here. And the explanation. This is probably Hebrew. Verbs adham, Lamentations 4:7, and eru 3l, or ao, to blush. Additions to Esther 15:5. Ruddy is the form taken by the adjective red when used as a term of praise of the human skin, and this is its use in the Bible. The Hebrew and Greek words are all usual words for red or to be red. The dark-skinned Hebrews found great beauty in a clear complexion. Strong's Hebrew 132. Right down to here. The library. My beloved is white and ruddy. The chiefest among 10,000. Foreshadowing and so forth. There's a lot of content here on that. And resources. Who had read here in the Bible? Who were the kings of Israel? Ruddy Dictionary, Thesaurus, etc. Here's some related terms. And on the side here it has concordance. Ruddy, 5 occurrences in the Bible. Genesis 25:25. And first came forth red, all over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau. He's very, very hairy. You get some people like that today. So could it be a ginger ninja? Redhead? Right. 1 Samuel 16:12. He sent and brought him in. Now he was ruddy, and with all of a beautiful face and goodly to look on. So he's handsome. Yahweh said, arise, anoint him, for this is he. It probably was King David or something like that. 1 Samuel 17:42. When the Philistine looked about and saw David, he disdained him, for he was but a youth and ruddy, and with all of a fair face. So he's quite a handsome dude. My beloved is white and ruddy, the best among 10,000. Lamentations 4:7. Her neighbours were purer than snow. Her nobles were purer than snow. They were whiter than milk. They were more ruddy in body than rubies. Their polishing was as of sapphire. Okay. And the other site that we looked at said there was no known etymology, origin of this particular word. So we went looking for it, and we found on a different website, ruddy. It's an adjective describing word. Red. He was ruddy-cheeked from the walk in the cloud. Her face was ruddy and healthy looking. It's smart vocabulary, related words and phrases. Ruddy, used to avoid saying bloody to express anger, and so forth. And here's the kicker, right in the testicles. Of a white person's skin, having a red colour, often suggesting good health. Okay, so there it's saying of a white person's skin. Hebrew Israelites say, oh, that's a racist, he's saying that because it's trying to cover up on all this sort of rubbish. Okay, that's the definition. Okay, a proven, verified definition. Okay, a white person's skin having a red colour, often suggesting good health. So, them saying, oh, Jesus was black, God was black, Moses was black, everybody was black, all the animals were black, all this sort of stuff is rubbish. Okay, because right there, it has it there. They were white people. Adam was a white man with ruddy skin. Okay, there's an old Jewish rule that we came across, and it stressed one Jew should never embarrass another Jew because it causes the blood to come to his cheeks. He blushes, he's feeling ashamed because of the crap you're putting on him, right? You're downtrodden on him, and that's equivalent to murder. They have many funny rules like that, right? Okay, it's equivalent to murder. Thou shalt not murder, and so forth. Okay, so we just verified according to the biblical definition and the etymological origins of that particular word, that it can relate to a white person's skin. Okay, here's an example. You have a white person, a friend, right? European person, you embarrass them. Their blood rushes to their cheeks, they get all embarrassed, they start to blush, or you say something lovely to a hot girl, right? Nice compliments, she blushes and flutters her eyelids, all that sort of stuff. That's what women do, right? Females do. Okay? And they go, oh, that's really nice, right? They're blushing, they got these rosy red cheeks, all that sort of stuff. You take a African black man or African black woman and you do the same to them, right? Now you look at them and you go, I can't see this person blushing. I can tell that they have these feelings or they're embarrassed or whatever by their eyes. Their eyes, they're either angry or their eyes are like, it's all in the eyes, right? Yeah. And you can't tell if they're blushing, right? Because their skin's too damn dark. Okay? It's the colour of your car. And we're not being racist or anything like that. It's just comparison, right? Yeah, that's how dark they are, right? At night time, all we can see really is their teeth. We know because we had some Somalian friends come around at 2 in the morning. We couldn't see who the hell they were until we turned the light on. All we saw was his teeth, right? Okay, and that's not being racist. We're just stating what we realised. Okay, so yeah, so only the white European, when you embarrass them, can show that this blood's flowed to their cheeks and they're all embarrassed, etc., etc. Why do you think the Jew said in those rules, one Jew should not embarrass another Jew because the blood rushes to their cheeks, etc., etc., right? Because they could clearly see it. You know? And also this, it's either on this page or the other one where it says the darker skinned person loved that kind of complexion that they had, right? Okay? So it's very, very different. But there is, okay, here's another one here. We may have already covered. He was ruddy-cheeked from the walk in the cold. That's what happens. Their cheeks get all like red and stuff because of that cold, right? Her face was ruddy and healthy looking. That's what it relates to. So we also looked online and it came up with a suggestion: ask Wikipedia, right? People go, oh, Wikipedia, you know, it's real bad and all this sort of stuff. No, it's actually got some good references there. Okay, links to different sources, and you find all these other websites are saying exactly what was found on Wikipedia. The thing with Wikipedia is you have to, if you add content, it has to be sound, it has to be correct. Okay, or else I will put citations needed, extra information needed, links to the sources, whatever, right? There's these different requirements. Okay, so yeah, this is why all these other websites, when you look at them, after you've looked at, say, this on Wikipedia, will be pretty much the same, and they might even reference, yeah, and a link to where they got it from, Wikipedia. But here it says, in relationship to ruddy, in ancient Mesopotamia, healthy skin colours were described as ruddy or reddish. Read that again. In ancient Mesopotamia, where's that? Syria. Healthy skin colours were described as ruddy or reddish. So if this is the origins of your scriptures, yeah, take it seriously. Okay? Mesopotamians, their skin was ruddy or reddish, not black, while the word pesut was used to refer to white skin. The term ruddy was associated with red hair, so it might be a ginger ninja, and it was a somatic norm in certain contexts. You can get more information on the Fertile Crescent section of the pre-modern conception of whiteness Wikipedia article. And no, it's not being racist, it's telling you exactly how it is, right? Okay? So all this, the original Hebrews were black and the Israelites were black and all this sort of rubbish, okay, you've just been debunked, okay, according to the definitions and etymology. Okay, and here's some more on ruddy complexions. It's like a, what's that got here? Often falls under the skin care category of irritation of information. It can be a problem because the sun hits you, you got this white skin, okay, before you can go light brown or even a darker hue, you got to go red, right? There's a song by America. I was out in the desert on a horse with no name. 3 days, my skin began to turn red. Okay, because they know, being Europeans, that out in the sun, your skin's going to go red, and then you're going to go light brown or a darker hue. We know this because one of our family members who is English, pure English, he sat out in the sun. He was getting a suntan. He's actually going red like a lobster first. Okay, and it's seriously burning material. Okay, he went red like a lobster or a polony. Okay, but he didn't really go light brown or anything. He did go a little sort of gingery brown, you know, but he didn't go like a darker hue. That's why he nicknamed himself the Pink Pig, because he basically went pinker, whatever. Okay, anyway, so there's all these definitions here of ruddy, okay, to do with the skin complexions, skin disease, okay? 10 reasons your face is red. It's all there. You just got to do the research and look and find, define the words, okay, before you start pointing the finger and saying, oh, all the Hebrew Israelites are black, oh, the Hebrews were black, the Jews were black, and all this sort of stuff, right? Because you're talking a load of rubbish according to the definitions. Okay, it's to promote your particular religiosity, isn't it? Okay, we understand, we sympathise. Okay, you lost your African identity and you're looking for it, you're trying to find it. So this belief system you've basically taken on board. You could even say plagiarized, made it your own, make up all the words like Yahoo, Washi, Washi, Yahoo, Wah, Wah, Wah for the names of God, when we've proven through a professor with 2 doctorates, okay, 2 PhDs in modern Aramaic, Hebrew, I'm not too sure about the Greek. We have asked them the question, this Yahoo, Wahoo, Wahoo, Washi, Washi name, whatever, woo woo, whatever, however you say it, Hebrew Israelites, is it in the Hebrew? And he said no. What the hell is that? Even Rabbi Yaron Reuven went mad at the Hebrew Israelites and said, what the hell is this? You are fake. You are not Hebrews. You are not Israelites. You don't even know how to speak Hebrew or Israelite, Hebrew, etc., etc., etc. You know, there's people out there that know. Okay? And they have, you have the 96%ers in Israel that are supposed to be Khazarians. Okay, you got to sort yourself out before you open your mouth. Okay, you got to do the research. The histories tell you that the Khazarians, Khazaria was a big nation, like covered the expanse like Russia, right? Real big nation, and they were warrior-like. But at some point, they had Jews within their Khazaria, their country, practicing their particular Judaism, etc., etc., right? So these are called Khazarian Jews because they're in Khazaria, okay? They're residing there, practicing their religion, right? And then next minute, this king gets a threat of oncoming crusaders. They want to come in, invade, and, you know, be the authority, push their Christianity or whatever. And then you got the Mohammedans, or Islam, on the other border, wanting to come in there and, you know, invade and establish their rule. Everybody comes under Mohammedism or Islam, right? Etc., etc. Okay. So he's undecided. Oh, geez, if I go with the Mohammedans, then the Crusaders might come in and totally wipe us out. You know, we're totally screwed if we make that choice. Okay, so if we go with the Crusaders, the Mohammedans or the Islams, Muslims might come in and do the same thing, and we're stuffed. Okay, I really love my people, because he's a king, and obviously there's people, right? His own kind. So he thinks, what do I do? What do I do? Ponders long. We got these Jews in our country, these Khazarian Jews. No one's going to hassle, right? No one seems to hassle, right? They leave them alone because they have, like the Crusaders have respect. Oh yeah, they're Jews. We got our Christianity from them, the roots, all that sort of stuff. Blah blah blah. And then you have the Mohammedans. They go, oh yeah, Jews. Okay, the people of the book, Jesus the prophet, etc., etc. Got high respect for him. Yeah, okay. So we're nice. We were nice Mohammedans in those days. Unlike the extremist ones today, they were very different. There is examples we can provide that those ones in those days had leaders that were very sympathetic. Like some Mohammedans, the army couldn't wait to invade Jerusalem and kill all the Romans or the Crusaders that were occupying it there at the time. They wanted to slaughter them for 100 years of them slaughtering them. But this particular Mohammedan leader, not too sure if it's Oman or Omar or whatever his other name was, said no, we don't do that. It's not what we're about. Okay, we'll invade it, get these people out of there. They can, maybe take a cart full of gold and off you go, etc., etc. We're going to do it a different way. Okay, we're not like that, and we were confirmed that by a African Muslim. We were sitting in a fish and chip shop, local fish and chip shop. He came in and sat with us, and we asked him about this particular video on YouTube by Roy Casagrande, The Rise of Islam, where he stated all these things, okay, about this particular Muslim or Mohammedan leader walking with this captain of the Romans or something like that. He was walking, and his servant, or one under him, subject, was riding on this horse or camel or whatever it was, right? And he says, "Hey, you're the leader. Shouldn't you be on that?" And he says, "No, it's all right." I let him ride on it. Well, this stuff here is very, very nice. Yeah, and he says they had a conversation, right? He says, "Oh, we'll worship Yeah, the Roman captain says, oh, let's go to our church and you can worship in your style, Mohammedan style. I'll worship in my Christian style or whatever, right? He says, no, we can't do that, because my people will say, hey, we're Mohammedans, not Christians, so sacrilege. You don't worship in a Christian church. You have to have your own mosque. So then it got to a point where he asked, it's Jerusalem. Where are all the Jews? And imagine this, John Cleese is a Roman centurion, right? He goes, we locked them up at a church and we burnt them all because those little buggers wouldn't stop throwing rocks at us. Yeah. He goes, well, you can't have Jerusalem without Jews. So he tells one of his people, go find some Jews and put them back in Jerusalem, that sort of stuff. And then they put this mosque in. It went on from there. Really, really good video. Okay, it's quite in depth, it's quite long, probably a couple of hours long, but when you get to that Mohammedan Islam part, it's quite interesting. Okay, they didn't want the elites, the authority figures there, so they said, yeah, give them a handful of gold or something, or a cart, and then they can get lost, that sort of thing, right? But yeah, they were very civil. They'd come up and they'd say, right, people just invaded, you soldiers, whatever, you have a choice, convert to Islam, or suffer a penalty, a punishment, all this sort of stuff. So yeah, they gave them that option. So they were quite nice in those days. So everybody out there that says, oh, Muhammad, all this sort of Muslim rubbish, right, think about it, stop and think, do the research, look at the history, of what those original peoples were actually like. They're very different to the extremist factions that are out there today. Very, very different. Okay. There was a point where a caliphate convinced a whole lot of these warrior types, okay, if you do this for me, the caliphate, you will be promised 52 virgins and eternity of grapes, or white grapes, or whatever it was, by Allah in paradise and all this sort of stuff. And they did hit the work for him, and then he gave them whatever they wanted, because that's what he promised them. So they had hashish, woman all over them, all this sort of stuff. And apparently if you died in battle, well, you get your reward in heaven from Allah, 52 virgins and the white grapes for all eternity, all that sort of stuff. But if you're lucky to survive, you could plunder it and you could take your portion of the booty, right? Carry it off, away you go. That sort of thing. Yeah, so you need to look at the histories. Okay? Find the real truth. Okay? Don't believe all this crap, this propaganda crap. Or they're all nasty, they're all covered in bombs and all this sort of stuff, right? Yeah, it's just, it's propaganda. It could be some political or some religious faction that's saying this, to get the upper hand, stamp on the opposition, the competition, make them look like crap, defame them, to boost their height on the hierarchy ladder. Yeah, it's all propaganda, etc. Okay, so that's our video. We hope that you enjoyed it. And as we said earlier a couple of times, it's not racially motivated, racist intended, all that sort of garbage. It's just a video showing what we discovered, okay, what we have come to understand biblically, scripturally, right, about Adam, etc. Okay, and the sons that come out of Noah's Ark, his sons, right, and his wives, and Noah's wife, etc. And it doesn't say what skin colour he was, whether he was white or black. Okay, so you can't say, oh, he's a black man, and all this sort of stuff, right? Because as we've just proven, through our discovery, Adam was ruddy, apparently. Okay, these people were ruddy, so they had this red skin, right? It was a white man thing, right? Which it says over here. Okay. Mesopotamian healthy skin colours were described as ruddy or reddish, while the word petsu, hopefully that's how you say it, might be pesu, was used to refer to white skin. Yeah? Does a black man have white skin? No. The term ruddy was associated with red hair, and it was a Semitic norm in certain contexts. So he's probably a ginger ninja. Yeah? So there's the evidence there, yeah, from the definition and etymology. So we hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, give us a like, add your comments below this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and then check out our end screen, Dianetics and the Science of Mental Health, the important note, because then that will help you to understand where you're going wrong when you're reading something in English, okay, and you're taking it out of context. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. We hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, go share it with everybody else that you know. Okay, it stops all those arguments, you know, coming from these cults, these small movements between them and the Israeli Jews, etc., etc.